Today we are going to learn 5 new English vocabulary. Let's get started. 第一个是 sporadic. 第二个是 flabbergast. 第三个是 perish. 第四个是 rowdy. 最后一个是 estranged. Sporadic.
偶尔发生的，零星的。
Sporadic. The island experiences sporadic rainfall throughout the year.
这个岛屿在整年中经历零星的降雨。
The island experiences sporadic rainfall throughout the year.
Continuing to receive sporadic reports of massive power failures around the world.
There were sporadic raids in the north with little damage and no casualties.
They told me I had fatal sporadic insomnia.
Introduced to the stage while in college, Tracy enrolled in New York's American Academy of Dramatic Arts and then found sporadic work on Broadway.
We're just starting to get reports of sporadic looting from the Bronx to Staten Island.
Approximately 25% of the tested subjects in experiment population experienced side effects of sporadic muscle contractions.
See, sporadic means once in a while.
Sporadic riots continue to hit eastern cities, and reports of violence from Boston and Philadelphia are now coming in.
Flabbergast.
使大吃一惊。
Flabbergast. I was flabbergasted when I found out I had won the lottery.
当我发现自己中彩的时候，我感到十分惊讶。
I was flabbergasted when I found out I had won the lottery.
I'm kind of flabbergasted when you say things like that.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted that you would say something like that.
I'm flabbergasted with what you're saying.
But I'm flabbergasted you're actually here.
You know, I'm frankly flabbergasted that they would even think of me.
People seem to be frightened, even terrified, some flabbergasted.
I tell you, the politicians were flabbergasted when they found out what you were going to do.
Honestly, this whole debacle has left me completely flabbergasted. I don't even know what flabbergasted means.
Perish.
灭亡，死亡。
Perish. The ancient civilization began to perish when its resources were depleted.
当资源耗竭时，这个古老的文明开始灭亡。
The ancient civilization began to perish when its resources were depleted.
I'm very, very sorry to tell you this, but your parents have perished in a fire that's destroyed your entire home.
You will survive if you fight quickly, and perish if you do not.
If we don't find water soon, we will perish.
The human infection will only continue to spread, and within our lifetime, our planet will perish.
The world of fairy tales had not perished, but it had been changed forever.
I'm very, very sorry to tell you this, but your parents have perished in a fire that's destroyed your entire home.
He who lives by the sword shall perish by the sword.
Rowdy.
喧闹的，吵闹的。
Rowdy. The theater was full of rowdy teenagers throwing popcorn and yelling.
剧院里挤满了喧闹的青少年，他们扔着爆米花和大喊大叫。
The theater was full of rowdy teenagers throwing popcorn and yelling.
You don't mind him being so rowdy?
The arena is packed and rowdy.
Gentlemen, didn't know who they were, and I don't often have rowdy customers.
I mean, in the summers we get kids that are getting rowdy in the clubs, you know, breaking up fights, things like that.
I'd like to report a rowdy high school party with tons of underage drinking. And, oh my God.
As I understand, they have become a little more rowdy, although there are no major incidents to report.
Usually they're not too rowdy, but tonight something was going on.
Lita is a wild, rowdy kid, and one can be fragile and a little emotional, and Lizzie is...
I've always found him rowdy, ill-mannered, and irresponsible.
Estranged.
疏远的
Estranged. He became estranged from his family after moving to a different country and starting a new life.
他在搬到另一个国家并开始新生活后，与家人疏远了。
He became estranged from his family after moving to a different country and starting a new life.
And she was estranged from her family, so it was always just the two of us.
Probably because she and Mark became so completely estranged.
Before going on to murder his estranged wife and kidnap his two daughters, aged 3 and 1.
Your estranged husband, Lloyd Morgan, was very abusive to you.
Assure you, Papa, that the very last person with whom I wish to have any communication at all is your estranged wife.
Father deceased, mother estranged, no siblings.
How are you going to reconcile them if they're so estranged?